Illinois Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi. He is a member of the Intelligence and Oversight Committees. Raja, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Congressman,
in Spanish, that's my name.
Congressman, thank you very much for joining us. You've been in a number of these hearings. What picture do you think is being painted for you from all of the testimony that you've heard so far?
Well, we're having a steady stream of career public servants who are apolitical. They're coming at great expense to themselves, hiring their own attorneys, and they're defying White House orders not to cooperate. And they're telling us basically what they saw and what they heard regarding evidence of misconduct with regard to this Ukraine issue. They're very credible. They're consistent. In terms of what they say versus what are the documents and text messages from them. And so they're very compelling. And my Republican counterparts are hearing the same thing. I got to believe that some of them at this point have got to be asking themselves what the heck's going on with the Ukraine policy.
What is the most egregious thing you think you've heard?
I can't get into specific testimony, but I think that it's fair to say that some of these folks are basically talking about a shadow foreign policy that's being conducted by Rudy Giuliani, one that is not necessarily in the best interest of the United States, but perhaps in the best interest of his personal private clients, including Donald Trump and some others.
Have they established that there was a quid pro quo, that the Ukrainian government knew that in order to either get a White House visit or to get that aid released, that they had to investigate the Bidens, investigate 2016?
Again, I can't get into specific testimony, but we can just look at the text messages. Again, you don't need a quid pro quo for a crime to have been committed. It's enough for the president to request foreign assistance with a domestic political initiative or campaign. That being said, just take Bill Taylor, for instance. He wrote at least 3 or 4 text messages that clearly stated that he believed that military assistance was being withheld for help with a domestic political campaign. And, of course, we heard Mick Mulvaney the other day, who basically blurted out an admission to that effect.
What do you do with witnesses who refuse to testify after a subpoena?
Sure. Well, I think 2 things have to be gleaned from that. One is that that is evidence of obstruction of an impeachment inquiry, which is very serious. And then secondly, I think any blocked testimony or evidence should be considered potentially consistent with the allegations of the whistleblower complaint, which is an adverse inference. And so I think that this is really something that I think is getting people to come and testify at this point.
And then just one question finally. With what you've heard so far, would you vote to impeach the president?
I want to wait until the complete investigation is over with. I think that at this point, I'm withholding judgment until we have all the facts and evidence.
Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi. Congressman, thank you very much.
Katie.
Sorry to make your name Spanish a little bit earlier. My bad.
That's okay. It's all good.